You should start a YouTube.
Ah. Yeah. I'm really not one to speak unless I feel an absolute necessity for it, or if I believe that something needs to be said in the spur of the moment. If I were to speak on anything about this world or my life, what would it be? Of course, I asked my friends, and their general consensus was on how to take control of your life, how to be a boss, how to be a manager, brr, 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 brr. All these parts of myself that I realized, wow, so that's how I'm perceived by them. I'm currently experiencing my quarter-life crisis. Generally, most days are filled with utmost bliss and a romanticized, filtered version of what life should be about. There's color, there's joy, there's laughter. But then some days my depression kicks in and I live in a state of existential dread. Because I journal a lot, I tend to document a lot about what other people say about me. Call it overthinking or self-reflection, it's your choice. But it's usually along the lines of, you have a lot of friends. I don't feel like I have a lot of friends. You have a lot of hobbies. I have a lot of hobbies, but I can't master any of them. You're always out doing something. Am I? Or is that your perception of what I'm always doing? Lizzie, before I met you, you looked really good on paper. But then I met you. Whether or not that can be interpreted as an insult or a compliment, I go into this whole spiral of self-identity and, wow, who really am I? And, oh, is that what people think of me? But that's all part of being in your 20s, right? It's really complex. I feel like at the current moment there exists two versions of myself, one that's in the public domain and one in which I keep completely reserved to myself. I don't think people realize how in my head and my own thoughts I really am. I could be having a conversation with you, but that whole time I'm either psychoanalyzing you and why you are saying the things you're saying, or I'm daydreaming and drifting off into my own world. Yeah, I'm out all the time because if I'm in my room, in my own head and my own thoughts, if I don't go on a little mental health walk, I will implode. Literally implode. There will be times in public where I'm intentionally ignoring the presence of every single person around me, but I walk down the street and I see a well-intentioned friend, I'm still gonna wanna run away in the opposite direction because I've allocated that time to processing my emotions via my carefully curated Spotify playlist. I guess I'm very good at hiding the more reserved parts of myself, and the insecurities don't reveal themselves in public. I found a lot of peace with knowing that the term best used to describe how I interact with the world is being an introverted extrovert. So if the environment or social situation calls for it, I'll adapt to it and I'll become whatever the needs of the situation is. As I create these visual diary entries, maybe there's something I can learn from it, and maybe there's something you can learn from it. Maybe you can relate, maybe you'll find joy in simply observing the narration of my life.